CCTV's Barnaby joins us live now from Manila. So Barnaby, Duterte, very popular there in the Philippines, but could this admission change that popularity?
Well, Elaine, I know it's shocking for you to hear a sitting president of a country talk so openly and so casually about having been able to personally kill criminals. But the fact of the matter is, this isn't the first time he's admitted to doing it. He said it when he was mayor of Davao City. He said it when he was a presidential candidate. He told me the same thing when I interviewed him last year, and yet he still won the presidential election. His Justice Secretary has dismissed the statement as mere hyperbole, and based on history, his supporters are likely to accept this explanation. So, although there are real concerns about his methods, especially with regards to the war on drugs, he remains very popular among Filipinos. Lenin Bailon's family was preparing to celebrate his 10th birthday. Instead, they're mourning. Lenin was hit by a bullet as gunmen fired on 3 alleged drug pushers as they were walking past Lenin, just 3 days before his birthday. His father blames Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte's brutal crackdown on illegal drugs for his son's untimely death. But his eldest sister, Maureen, says it isn't Duterte's fault.
It's the fault of those addicts. Of all places, why did they choose to hang around here? I don't think Duterte targets innocent people. Those gunmen weren't cops.
Maureen had voted Duterte for president in May because she wanted change. 16 million other Filipinos took the same stand. More than 5 months into his presidency, Duterte remains immensely popular. The most recent survey, released in October, showed more than 80% of Filipinos trusted Duterte. According to another survey, most Filipinos also support his war on drugs.
I've not seen a president who's given the drug problem the kind of attention it deserves. There are now fewer addicts and pushers. It's a huge change.
This clamor for change, which Duterte now represents, cuts across all professions and classes. Lorraine Badoy is a dermatologist and volunteer worker. She's one of the most vocal supporters of President Duterte on social media.
What were our woes before him? It was corruption. Now it's almost like you don't hear it anymore. It's not something that grieves us now. I mean, I'm not saying that his government is 100% clean, but I know he's clean. So my point is, yeah, okay, he has all these things. He has all these things that grieve me, and they're very real issues. But I love it that things are getting done now.
One of those things, the burial of former Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos at the Heroes Cemetery. The issue has sparked protests. Some of them Lorraine has joined. If there's one issue that has somehow dented President Duterte's popularity, it would be the burial at the National Heroes Cemetery of former Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos, widely known as a dictator. Now, that burial happened weeks ago, and yet people continue to take to the streets. Whether it's enough to break the alliance Duterte has with the left, many of whom were victims of torture and forced disappearances during Marcos's martial rule, and whether it's enough to turn public opinion against Duterte, both remain to be seen. You know, what's interesting and maybe ironic is that while his supporters are likely to accept this latest statement about having been able to personally kill criminals as mere hyperbole, many of them have also criticized him for continuing to defend cops who killed an alleged narco mayor while this mayor was still in jail. If his numbers will go down in the next survey, then this is likely to be a contributing factor. The most recent survey did show majority of Filipinos supporting his war on drugs, but the same survey also showed majority of Filipinos wanting drug suspects arrested rather than killed. Elaine?
All right, Barnaby live for us in Manila.